I could, if I was, I could play for the U.S., Australia.
Whatever you were about to say after that. Enough.
Didn't Canada just get their shit punched in?
No, we just fucked up Qatar. 6-0.
Qatar, that's what it was. Wow, I'm so happy you beat Qatar.
Hey, Qatar tied Switzerland.
Who cares? This guy did that guy did that guy. Get fucked. We're the
Like, would you?
We're the GOAT. Like it's me and newlyweds. It's the USA and everything. It's Tom Brady. It's Messi, and then it's Wayne Gretzky.
Trying to hit from our side of the club, you can't even get in.
Leg out. Why not us? Yellow model cheat, yellow bottle sipping, yellow Lamborghini, yellow top missing. Yeah, that shit look like a toupee. I get what you get in 10 years, in 2 days. Ladies love me, I'm on my cool J. If you get what I get, what would you say? She wax it all off, Mr. Miyagi. And them suicide doors.
Back in the office. Been in Winnipeg the past couple weeks. So it felt a little weird coming back. Now we've got all these interns here for Snapback. Taking up space, drinking our water. Disgusting. Can't even live anymore. The interns take everything. Actually, I had a bottle of water in the fridge. I put it in there. We're out of water. Half full. Come back the next day. Gone. Somebody just drank it. Who just drinks a half-drank water bottle from the fridge that isn't already theirs? I didn't think I needed to label it or anything, but I guess I did.
All right, today's Friday, June 19th. Very special day. In about an hour, we are going to live stream a watch party of USA versus Australia. And in prep to this live stream, we actually found out Sexy has a huge hatred towards America. We obviously knew he's going to be pro-Canada over America. Rightfully so. That's where he's from. But we found out it goes much deeper than that. I asked him, would you root for America in any matchup?
Like, what's your reasoning to root against America over every other country?
Like, it's like the same reason that you would root against, like, the Chiefs.
No, that's not the same. We don't live in Kansas City.
But the Chiefs won like 5 dynasties. Like, they have a dynasty. America doesn't have a soccer dynasty. That's the reason people would root against.
I mean, we're just a
yeah, but like everybody thinks that like America.
All they
the greatest country in the world.
Because it is, because you fucking live here, boss. like, what are you saying?
We are. We're like mean.
I'm not even like.
You realize like people not in the U.S. like hate the U.S.
Yeah,
because
they're not us.
No, because like the U.S. thinks it's so much better than everyone else.
Because it is.
Right. Exactly. That's why.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not even
They
saying.
project. They're like, we hate that you guys say that, but they all know it's true.
They're like, we hate that we can't tweet anything out without getting arrested because we don't have free speech.
Yeah. Most countries don't have the internet.
You just really aren't going to pull for the
I fuck with
US.
Uzbekistan.
Okay, it's still not my point.
It's like the same reason like you have teams that you don't like in the NFL. It's like you just don't like them. You're gonna root against them.
But you're in you actively chose to live in America.
Right, but it had nothing to do with like I love America.
It's not no, but it's different than.
I'm not even saying pro-America. I'm just saying you're pro every other team.
You're pro things about America. Like BDG exists because we're in America.
I don't know. Because you're in America. If you were born in Canada, you would have been able to make BG the same.
I would have no work ethic. Probably wouldn't care about football at all. Like, I'd be watching hockey. I would think Wayne Gretzky's my goat. That's the problem.
Right.
Where's Tunisia?
That's in Africa.
Like, you ain't picking them over us. You're not.
Picking who?
Tunisia over America.
It's a hate watch.
Tunisia.
How the fuck do you say it?
Tunisia.
Tunisia.
Tunisia, yeah. Euthanasia.
Someone you want to date with.
What about which Korea is bad?
Okay.
You're not gonna pick them over us.
I actually would root for South Korea over.
That's not what I said, though.
Okay, well North Korea is not in the World Cup.
Do they even try to qualify for the World Cup?
I think so. I want to say they do qualify. Sure, I would root for the U.S. over North Korea.
School in New England, and I was like, fuck, I had such a good time in school there. The people there are cool. Like, I don't think I'd actively root against them.
Fair.
Like, be grateful.
I think I just
for what
I
America
just,
has done for you.
because like growing up, that was always the thing. Like even before I came here, it's like you root against the U.S. So it's like I just
They teach you
stick
that
to that.
in the school
That's what's
system.
taught in the school systems.
Some random African country that like I couldn't even say the name to, and he's like, I'm rooting for the African country, and big surprise, minus 27 cool points for me for sexy. Outside of today's been a cool week in the sense of just the energy of New York. I was talking to Joe about this the other day. It's just been a good, or it was actually today, good month for sports in America. I thought NBA Finals was sick, being in New York City. The World Cup's awesome. And I'm like become a pretty big UFC fan over the past year, I would say. And the UFC White House card, like, I know there's a lot of mixed opinions politically on the hosting of the event if the government should be doing this. If you're able to put that aside and just watch the sport and entertainment that was put on, probably the best fights I've ever seen. And I absolutely loved it. So, good month. Back to work a little bit more. Yesterday we had a 3-hour-long meeting. Your idiot league mates
Went on for about 3 hours. By the end of it, everybody's wives were wondering where their locations were.
We're there for three hours, yapping through different ideas, going through. By the end of it, I feel like I was loopy because it was such a long meeting. But we pretty much established a lot of what we had to get done. I mean, I think Jack was a really nice piece to have in there just because I think he's very clear cut on like kind of what he wants, and it kind of like gave us some balance to work off of. One of the funniest parts of the entire thing was in the very beginning of when like Sexy started to take the call, like he was still commish, even though he had Nick's, like Nick has been known to now be the interim commish.
Yeah, if not, we could just reenact it right after.
What's up, fellas?
Yes, sir. You
Get
should
some
be
proud
haircut.
game on the roll.
Yo, Sex, you're not the commissioner anymore. Mute your mic.
All right. I brought in one here today
Mute
Are we
your,
to discuss my role as commissioner.
mute your
On
shit.
commish?
I'm stepping down.
I nominate Mo.
I haven't given my speech yet in case I wanted to run.
So Nick was like, yo, you're not doing this anymore, boss. I thought that was really funny.
So the biggest change that we are making, that it looks like we're making, we haven't voted on it yet, but would be the biggest change in the league, and there's still a lot to clear up for this, would be a committee vote to decide the top 6 teams in the league. We discussed for a while yesterday. We talked about the upsides of it. We talked about the downsides of it. I think one of the things that we're trying to think through, which is a little bit tough for us, is like, what direction do we want to take this league in?
I think there needs to be a major decision. I know we're like, oh, we should bring back short form, stuff like that. There needs to be a decision over like what this league is intended to be, right? What do we see the potential in the league being from a content perspective, from a business perspective? It's already the most fun league that I play in. So I think Nick has said this before, like I would play in it every year. I like competing against you guys. It's like a great bragging rights league. It's fun to have it on camera, but it's not putting up $100,000 grand prize, right? Like Flock is, right? And so do we want to build something that competes with them and is the biggest league, biggest public fantasy league, or do we like kind of where we're at? And I'll just add on that doesn't necessarily mean we have to be like, you know, I don't want to call them fake, but like the WWE of like how they kind of accentuate every single thing they do. But I think in my post, you know, after I won in that last video, I even said like, I felt like I had let everyone else down because I was out to dinner, I was driving home. I mean, I did think I had lost, but like you're in the fantasy championship in a public league. Like there's just no way Nick and I shouldn't have been streaming that. So from like a mentality standpoint, that would be like unacceptable, right? Like there's just no way that we could have the final of our very public league and I'm not even posting for like, you know, an hour and a half of a championship. I think that needs to be probably the biggest thing that's decided.
We initially were just starting an office league, and we're like, we might as well kind of like make content around it. We might as well make this into like its own podcast. And obviously there's been a lot of attraction towards it. So at the core of it, that's what it is. Like this is a league that we would play in. If we turned all the cameras off, we would still have this league, and it would be, I would say, borderline as intense still. We'd probably still be talking shit. We'd still be really, really into it. Obviously, the content adds an extra layer to it where it's like you're putting it out on the line, so now there's more vulnerability to it. On the other hand, you can go in the direction of like playing a character and like going so far into the content where it's like it's almost less about fantasy football and the aspect of that and more about just like this 5-month-long, 4-month-long competition between friends that turns into a reality TV show. So we're like going back and forth and deciding between the two of them, and it's difficult because I think there's a part of all of us that like both aspects of it, and I think it's a little bit tough to choose between one or the other. Like, for instance, minor example of this, but there's a decision where we have to decide on the day of the draft to happen, right? And you guys watch the draft party happen, and then you watch the vlog of the draft happen. There's kind of two sides of the debate where, for me, coming from like a fantasy football background, I want our draft to happen as close to the regular season kickoff as possible because I don't want to draft halfway through August, have 2 preseason games left, someone gets hurt, and then it's like, this is such a big league, and now because we drafted in the middle of August, like, and I couldn't, not that you can predict injuries in the regular season, but you get it. Like, you can push the date as close to kickoff as possible versus, hey, you know what, let's do it mid-late August where there's still preseason games left, but it gives us 2-3 weeks for the video to sit on YouTube, accumulate views and engagement, and get people kind of like amped up for the league earlier. Also gives Joe more time to be creative with it. So it's like this pull back and forth. Now obviously if you're in the former group where you're like, this is a fantasy football league first that we just happen to be filming, it's like you're going to want to push more towards, let's have the draft date later in the summer, as close to the regular season possible. If we're going more towards content, obviously the second piece of that is a little bit more important. And I'm not really leaning one way or the other right now. I'm just saying these are the kind of conversations that we're having behind the scenes of like, what is more important to us? And I think we're pretty clearly going more in a direction where content is becoming a little bit more important for the league while still keeping it extremely competitive, of course. So I think the biggest change that we're looking to make, or that we are close to making, is this, college football type of committee.
Oh, actually, we had the fucking answer to this. I can't believe we forgot this. We decided on the playoff structure. We're going to do the committee. I think the committee is the greatest thing to ever happen.
No, committee.
I think the committee is so good. It is the greatest content of all time. Throughout the season, you have to sell yourself. You talk about not wanting bad teams in the playoffs. Well, the committee solves this.
I'm down.
I think the committee fucking smash it.
Okay, can you kind of explain how it worked then, Jack?
Yes, and this is another thing we can decide, right? Like, if you have a top 4 record, are you automatically in? I say fuck it, no. I think you just have to pick committee members who like have a good sense of like humor, but at the same time understanding content. So college football playoff committee, fantasy football playoff committee, the committee selects the top 6 teams that make the playoffs.
I think I'm a fan because I think it can create a lot of like hype, potentially viral moments. No one else that I've ever seen does it. It'd be unprecedented when it comes to fantasy football. Maybe it starts a new trend. I doubt it because you kind of need like some extra people to be on the committee, decide who the playoff teams are. So you need a lot of extra moving parts that your common league can't do.
Where they're going to do their rankings each week, and it's going to be unveiled to us, and we're going to talk through what the rankings are. So it won't be a normal fantasy football league where it's just the 6 best records get into the playoffs. It is literally a vote by the committee. The difficult part about this is we need to find 5 people, likely, that watch almost all of the content that we do about your Elite League mates, or at least are staying on very, very on top of the league, that want to actively participate in it, that want to also like make content towards it, that are also like level-headed.
People who we trust not to be extremely biased or reactionary, and like an 11-3 team isn't going to be on the outside and miss the playoffs. Like it's going to be like maybe
there's an 8-6 team and a 7-7 team, but the committee views the 7-7 team having a much harder schedule. 8-6 team maybe just got an injured quarterback. Going into the playoffs or determining the playoff teams, that 8-6 team might not make the cut despite having the better record, which I think is cool in theory. It's a little scary, I guess, if you're like that 8-6 guy come that time next year, like, I got the record, what the fuck? But that's also why we're doing it. It's a very polarizing idea where it's never been done before, so I would be surprised if that doesn't happen at this point. The way we talked about it yesterday, it seemed like there's some pretty big buy-in.
They would just be a more entertaining team for the playoffs, which I think is also extremely important too. You don't want there to be like 2-3 teams in the playoffs who you're like, well, these guys are dead before they even play a game.
If we just left it all up to a fan vote, you guys would just vote on whoever you like the most. Like Ron would be 3-11, and you guys would be like, he gets the 5th seed or whatever. So can't do that. We will get you guys involved. We're likely leaning towards having a cumulative fan vote and rankings vote as like the 5th chair. So you're not overwhelmingly moving the needle, but you definitely have a say in things that happen throughout it. So we're thinking through, like, we need 4 very level-headed people that also like the content, that won't be like super biased, that are able to look at things objectively. And then we kind of need to put together like a formula or a basis of, hey, here are the bumpers for like how you're looking at the success of a team. Like, obviously their record is going to play a part of it, but then it's like the strength of schedule. It's the, did you only beat teams that are below 500? Did you beat a guy that had a good team, but he had 4 players on bye plus 3 players that were injured? Like, and then going into the playoffs, is your team terrible right now, got injured last second, and like, do we want to factor that into? So we're working through guidelines of it, we're working through the actual participants of the league member or the committee members, and I think this could be a really, really, like, I'm assuming first of its kind. It is obviously innovative, but it's like no one else can really do it because no one else has like no one else is documenting a fantasy football league and has a large audience and choosing to do this.
Trying to explain it to people was tough. I tried to do it a little bit yesterday on my stream of talking to people about like the idea of a committee. One of the problems that I didn't get to talk about in the actual meeting, but now I've like I've kind of like seen, is like, if there's people that don't pay attention to college football, they could be so confused on what we're doing. So we're gonna have to be like very clear about like exactly how it works and have like it laid out and in print and everything for those that like don't watch college football to kind of like get the exact idea. Because I realized I had to talk almost in circles for them to like get it for those that don't watch, you know. And I didn't even think about it in the moment. I was like, oh, everyone who watches pro watches college. That's just not the case. So yeah, we'll have to find that that balance in there. But overall, I think the committee would be a lot of fun, man. I think it would be a cool experience. It would be very unique. It'd be something that's completely new. So I think that would be cool. And if we don't like it, like, that's the other thing. People are like, well, what if you guys don't like it? It's 1 year. Like, we can go back, we can adjust. Hey, we can make changes, we can game plan. You know, there's always an adjustment to be had. When I'm coaching, there's always an adjustment to be had. There's always something that can be changed to help you for the better. The game plan's never perfect. So I think that's something that we can always take in and figure out. But I think going into it and trying it and just seeing what happens is the biggest thing. It's just like seeing how it works out. And again, if you like it, we'll stick with it. If we don't, we don't.
But I do think it would add an extra layer to the content. It would make people more engaged because you also kind of have to make your pitch to the committee, like why you deserve to be in. And when people are more passionate in their videos, when people better content themselves, it's going to make the whole video better. And I think to me, that's always been the most important part, is trying to get the best content possible. So switching to a committee feels like the right play here, and I think it's what I'm going to vote for when we do have official votes.
It's obviously like the Flock League is doing their own thing, and what Mason's doing is psychotic, putting 100K up on the first place line and having fans in the league. And a lot of like the way I want to move our league forward is they're doing their thing, and I think a lot of people are going to compare the two leagues just off of, you know, the fact that they're very similar to each other, obviously. But it's like, we don't want to do just the same thing that they're doing because we see them doing it successfully, because anything they're doing is down their lane, and it's like, we'll just be doing what they're doing but worse at it. And then in the same time, if they just tried to do what we did and were worse at it, like, their content will perform worse as well. So we want to do something that's like, you know, personal to us, and we think our fan base and people that we're really, really close to would like get really hyped up about. And this, again, would be like first of its kind. The downsides are it's not very simple to like follow along. If you're not watching every single episode, you don't understand how the voting works. You don't, like, you're gonna watch a video, you know, once every 2 weeks, look at the standings and be like, how is JMO not a playoff team when he's got the 4th seed? And it's almost like, do we need to re-explain that for every single episode? What is going on here? It's very atypical, of course. So those are, again, the downsides, upsides that we're thinking through for this stuff.
There's a couple other rules thrown out there. League punishments. When are we doing Casey's punishment? I believe that's going to happen.
Is going to have to be on July 29th, which is a Wednesday. And I think we've told you guys that it's going to be one of the last Fridays of the month, but it's actually going to be July 29th because he comes back from the World Cup on the 19th, and then he said he's gone both Fridays after that in July. So it's going to be July 29th. Pretty sure Casey's punishment, tip to tip. tip to tip to tip to tip. And we'll have to decide on what the punishment is for this upcoming year. Obviously, if you have any really good suggestions, put it down in the comment section below.
Punishment was a big one. It was one where it's like, punishment's kind of hard to think of creative things because like everything's been done, all the good ones. I do really like the idea of going trick-or-treating in a costume, not on Halloween. I like the blow-up doll. Taking a blow-up doll to a restaurant, something where it's just embarrassing to do, because like those feel like the strongest punishments because nobody's gonna want to actually do them, and it creates good content. And that's what you need. You need the mix of not wanting to do it while it's still good content. I do think the golf one, you have to hit a hole-in-one on a par 3 golf shot. It could take a long ass time, days, which could be the worry. Like genuinely, where do we cut it off? Like if last place is shooting golf shots for 4 days straight, like when do we say enough? Like you just don't have to do it anymore, because eventually it gets to a point where it's like it's too much.
I don't think you guys realize how tiring a fucking fight is.
No, it's bad.
No, for sure.
Like nobody's lasting longer than a minute. It's gonna be terrible content.
We're not boxing each other.
Like
I just
after a minute,
I
everybody's
really
gassed.
like that.
It's on the ballot. Don't worry.
You guys seen like the Barstool streams where they'll do like you can't stop streaming until you hit a hole-in-one on like a golf sim or
Yeah, why don't we
like
just
that?
steal one of their late night? I like that.
Are they good though?
Oh,
They are
Get
good.
a shit ton of views.
Didn't
Jerry
Jerry
have
have
to
to do like 1,000 free throws?
Jerry got a
or something?
mill. Oh yeah, 1,000 free throws in a row. You could do like
In
you
a
could do, like,
row?
6
Bro, not in a
Not
row.
1,000, not 1,000, not 1,000. I think it was like 30 or something.
I think
No, but that was they do a lot of stuff as like a group, so you'd have to. I think hole in
Do
one
solo.
sim would be fucking unbelievable.
I think so too. People would start to like rally around it.
Is it
That or like a full court shot.
Do we have a sim to do it?
Yeah, no one's
it's
hitting
possible.
a fucking hole-in-one.
Yeah, you can.
They
On like a
did
par
it.
3.
They did it in, I think it was like 36 hours.
Yeah,
You get like a 150
like-
yard hole.
I like that a lot.
The one rule I pitched that, kind of got fucking thrown in the wind and ignored was I wanted to move the trade deadline back a week.
finishes?
Does anyone want to hear my rule proposal?
Yeah.
I've been waiting patiently.
Go ahead.
I'm about to mute you.
I think we should move the trade deadline back.
Hate it.
So where?
I don't know. I have no idea where it's at. I just both years like this is a week too early.
What week do you think is good?
I'm probably about to say a week it's already available. I think it should be 1 week later than it is.
All right,
I'll check on Sleeper what it's listed as.
So J-Mo, it's week 10 right now, so you figure like week 11.
Week 11's great.
Okay, it's already week 11, so perfect.
I knew Nate was doing that.
Nate,
that's
I'm
why
not
you need
available
division.
for
That's why you need
7
division.
Tuesdays. You need me.
That's why. Yeah, exactly. That's why you
What
need
about-
divisions, because then you don't have to deal with Nate's shit.
Okay.
I almost feel like you should be able to trade teams up until the playoffs because everyone wants a good team. It's like we have a toilet bowl, so like there is really no tanking. Even the teams that don't make the playoffs have something to play for. So there's no like mischievous tampering trades happening. I really think like up into the playoffs, you should be able to trade whoever you want on your fantasy team. I don't know why the fuck there's a cutoff. Like you could be like, oh, the real NFL has a cutoff. Okay, the real NFL cutoff is week 7. For us, it's week 11. Why not push it up to week 13 when, again, right before playoffs?
One like scoring change that I really want that I don't think is going to happen is tight end premium. I think it adds more options and it balances the positions a little more as well. Because like right now, tight end feels so useless. Nobody gives a shit about tight end at all. You add a little bit of a premium to them, and all of a sudden the position becomes important. You can use it in the flex spot, and with more players available in the flex spot, it means more players are also available on the bench, which means more waiver options. Everyone loves more waiver options. You don't want it to just be a waiver week where, it's like Amari DiMarcado is the top guy. Like, nobody gives a fuck about that. You want more options on the waivers. This is how you get that. You with me, Joe? You're for it. Let's go. I think right now if Joe's in, we got 4 solid votes for tight end premium. Me, Nick, Ron, Joe. 2 more. Just need 2 more to make it happen. But we'll see.
That's all I have for now because we've yet to vote on all the things. I'm sure there'll be more updates in the next month or two. We did start playing out the softball event, which I got a little bit more excited for, but still in like the preliminary stages. So
potentially do the softball event. I know I talked about that in the meeting as well. I talked about last time if I think the softball can be a really fun way to like get everyone involved. I know Sexy's a little bit worried about it.
I think the draft order this year is going to be decided kind of by how softball goes, which I'm not like too ecstatic about because, as you guys know, I'm not the most athletic of the group. So it definitely puts me at a disadvantage right away, but we are going to do kind of a lottery once that is fleshed out. So it's not entirely based on that. You could still get lucky in the lottery, which helps a little bit.
But I think overall, like, he'll be okay. I think we're all going to be okay in playing softball. Like, I truly think the people that aren't athletes in here, I think the people that they haven't played like organized sports almost overestimate how hard it is to play soft pitch like softball. I even talked to my chat. I did a poll literally last night in Twitch, and I was like, how many of you guys play soft pitch softball? There was a ton of people. There's a ton of people that said they play. And I was like, how many of you are older than the age of like 28? And almost all of them were over the age of 28. And they all came to agreement of like, it's truly not difficult. Obviously, because we're not playing at a super high level. It's not like we're playing in like a mega competitive league. Like, put Sexy in right field, put Sexy a catcher in soft pitch. Like, he'll be able to make contact with the ball. Like, I'm not worried about that. Like, the ball's coming pretty much straight down. You just swing the bat. If you foul it off, if you do whatever, like, at least you're making contact. I think he'll have a lot of fun. I think everyone will have a lot of fun. So I really do want that idea to kind of come together and that to be a really fun event for us. And plus, if we live stream it, you guys will be involved. You'll see it all unfold in real time. I think that's another fact that we didn't really talk about too much, but that's like baked in. Is I think your guys' experience would be really cool with us doing the snapback versus BG softball game. So that's something that I've been pretty adamant about, and I'm hoping we can kind of really get moving and like solidified.
I don't think it's like too big of a deal, but I think there's a couple guys at the top of the draft this year that I would love to get. And so to just know that I had no chance immediately would kind of suck. But I think softball would be fun. I think I'll be able to compete more in that than football, just because football is a lot more based off athleticism. Softball, you got like, I don't know, hand-eye coordination, catching, things I'm at least better at than running really fast and being elusive. Don't hate it at all.
So that would be like the biggest change. I think the other things we're thinking through are more like open-ended questions that every league would have, punishment, draft order, all that kind of stuff. So your idiot league mates, committee, possibly coming towards a screen near you.
Yeah, overall, YILM was awesome. It was a lot of fun, man, and I'm excited for this year to see what unfolds in the content side of it. If we go more content heavy, if we back off and have longer content, like what the game plan looks like, what the short form plan looks like. We still have a few meetings though to go over all that, so we'll see. So if you enjoy that and you enjoy these vlogs, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, all that sort of fun shit down below, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.